Yeah, baby! I mean, just a hell of a job, y'all. That was a big win. Okay? That was a big win. We stacked the deck.
Dana Bonner thought she'd escaped Indiana for greener pastures, but karma had very different plans. Imagine quitting on your team mid-season, convinced you'd found something better, only to return months later and face a crowd that absolutely despises you. That's exactly what happened when Bonner stepped back into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, expecting cheers, but instead met with relentless boos and chants branding her a quitter. But the humiliation she endured on the court that night was only the beginning. What unfolded next was pure basketball justice. And trust me, you're going to want to see exactly how karma decided to strike back. Dana Bonner's exit from the Indiana Fever wasn't just controversial, it was downright shocking. She signed a major contract, seemingly committing herself fully to the team's future, only to abruptly quit on them mid-season when things weren't going her way.
We got to celebrate beating down DeWanna the Scammer Bonner. Cheers, my friend. Cheers, buddy. DeWanna Bonner, I just want to start here. You stink. You stunk it up. You caused all that ruckus. I thought you stopped shooting threes hitting the side of the backboard when you took the Indiana Fever jersey off.
Fever fans felt betrayed, abandoned by a player they believed would help rebuild their franchise. So, when Bonner finally returned to Indianapolis, wearing a Phoenix Mercury jersey, the fans were ready, and they held absolutely nothing back. From the second she stepped onto Gainbridge Fieldhouse's floor, boos rained down mercilessly, and hostile chants of "quitter" echoed through the arena. Bonner's return wasn't simply an awkward reunion, it was a full-blown reckoning, and the entire stadium made it crystal clear. She was no longer welcome here, but Bonner thought she'd have the last laugh by joining what she believed was a stronger, championship contending team. Unfortunately for her, karma was already writing a very different script. Bonner quickly realized that karma wasn't going to let her off easy. Her performance on the court was nothing short of disastrous.
And it was a great team effort to beat DeWanna Bonner in her return to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Had to feel great for the fans there to see her vanquished and not playing well, and Alyssa Thomas complaining all over the floor. Bonner booed in her return.
She managed a mere 4 points, repeatedly had her shots blocked, and spent most of the game visibly frustrated as the Fever's relentless defense swarmed her every move. Meanwhile, Ari McDonald, the player signed specifically to fill the void Bonner left behind, was busy having the game of her life. She dropped a career-high 27 points, lighting up the scoreboard and electrifying the crowd with every bucket. It was poetic justice playing out in real time. Bonner watched helplessly from the floor as the Fever thrived without her, turning her dramatic exit into an undeniable blessing for the team. But if Bonner thought the embarrassment would end there, she was mistaken. Her fiancée, Alyssa Thomas, was about to add fuel to the fire and push the drama to a whole new level. While Bonner struggled to handle the boos,
We gotta continue to stack, okay? We ain't got no room for sliding back, okay? We no room for slippage. Every day there's a sense of urgency, okay? I was proud of you guys, the way with offensive and defensive substitutions, being ready to go with that. Everybody who came in made an impact. We had 5 in double figures, damn near 7. Damn near 7. That's really, really good, y'all. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3. Together!
Alyssa Thomas decided she wasn't going to let the crowd's hostility slide. Instead of staying focused on the game, Thomas took things personally, aggressively taunting Fever fans throughout the entire matchup. Cameras caught her openly arguing with spectators, arrogantly telling them that Bonner had left to join a real team, completely blind to the scoreboard showing otherwise. Thomas might have believed she was standing up for her fiancé, but her antics only made things worse, sparking even louder boos and more intense heckling from fans who knew their team was firmly in control. Every taunt Thomas threw backfired spectacularly. Rather than silencing the crowd, it energized them further, setting the stage for an even more humiliating finale.
Bonner booed in her return, which is to be expected considering the circumstances in which she left. And the players that have come in for the Fever are much better than Bonner was for them. Ari McDonald has been a revelation. She was great in this one again. And Chloe Bibby looks like a perfect fit. So all in all, Fever fans have to feel pretty damn good about that win.
Alyssa Thomas was about to learn that when you provoke a fired-up crowd, karma always gets the last word. From her spot on the sideline, injured superstar Caitlin Clark had the best seat in the house, and she wasn't shy about enjoying every second of Bonner's humiliation. Even though a groin injury kept her from playing, Clark's reactions became a highlight of the night. She leapt to her feet, cheering wildly as teammates Lexi Hull and Natasha Howard repeatedly shut Bonner down, including an emphatic block that led to a shot clock violation. Clark's celebrations weren't subtle. They spoke volumes about how the Fever players really felt about Bonner's abrupt departure.
Foul on Sophie Cunningham. That is her first team second. Coming in from Mercury Phoenix, number 14, DeWanna.
The energy radiating from Clark on the bench was contagious, unifying the team and the fans in their collective joy over Bonner's disastrous return. Without saying a single word, Caitlin Clark made one thing perfectly clear. The Fever locker room was stronger, more unified, and far better off without Dana Bonner. With Clark sidelined and Bonner struggling, someone had to step up, and two unlikely heroes answered the call. Aerie McDonald didn't just seize her opportunity, she owned it completely, scoring a career-high 27 points and going a perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Her speed, confidence, and relentless aggression overwhelmed Phoenix, showcasing a passion and intensity Bonner never truly displayed during her time in Indiana. But McDonald wasn't alone. Chloe Bibby, freshly signed on a 7-day contract, made her own statement, draining clutch shots, including a momentum-shifting 3, and contributing 10 critical points off the bench. Both players were signed with cap space, freed up by Bonner's exit, turning her departure into an immediate upgrade for the Fever. It was the ultimate twist of fate. The very player who abandoned the Fever indirectly helped them discover exactly the talent and heart they needed to move forward. As impressive as McDonald and Bibby were, it was Aaliyah Boston who delivered the knockout blow. With the Mercury desperately trying to claw back into the game during the fourth quarter, Boston elevated her play to a whole new level. She unleashed a dominant 17-point performance in that quarter alone, single-handedly dismantling Phoenix's hopes of a comeback. Boston's strength in the paint was unstoppable. Every shot seemed like a statement, every rebound a display of sheer determination. She went on a personal 10-0 run, leaving Mercury defenders visibly defeated and frustrated. The crowd erupted with every basket, sensing they were witnessing something special, a true franchise cornerstone stepping into the spotlight exactly when her team needed her most. Boston didn't just win the game, she sent a powerful message. The Fever aren't defined by one player. They're deeper, stronger, and far more dangerous than anyone realized. The Fever's victory wasn't just a statement, it was undeniable proof that this team is built for success beyond just Caitlin Clark. With 5 players scoring in double figures, and nearly 7, Indiana showcased a balanced team-first approach that silenced critics who expected them to crumble without their injured superstar. Instead, the Fever played with unmatched chemistry, energy, and purpose. They proved that losing Dana Bonner wasn't a setback. It was actually a turning point, a clear case of addition by subtraction. With Bonner gone, Indiana found the unity and determination they'd been missing, using her departure as motivation to elevate their entire roster. This win wasn't merely about beating Phoenix, it was about announcing loudly and clearly that the Indiana Fever have arrived, and they're building something special, far greater than any single player. But the drama didn't stop after the final buzzer. In the post-game press conference, Phoenix's Kalia Copper grabbed the mic and went on the defensive, calling Fever fans very distasteful for booing Bonner. Copper painted Bonner as a victim, labeling her a legend, and expressing disbelief that fans would disrespect someone who'd done so much for the league. Her comments sparked immediate backlash. Fans and media alike found her defense tone-deaf, especially considering Bonner abandoned the team mid-season. Copper's remarks felt petty, completely missing the reason behind fans' anger and frustration. But while Copper complained, the Fever players had their own chance to respond, and what they said next highlighted a clear difference in maturity, class, and organizational culture. In stark contrast to Copper's defensive complaints, the Fever handled the entire situation with pure professionalism and class. Head coach Stephanie White calmly deflected any drama surrounding Bonner's return, choosing instead to emphasize basketball and respect. White acknowledged it was strange seeing Bonner on the opposing bench, but refused to fuel controversy, setting the tone for her entire team. When asked directly about Bonner's hostile reception from fans, Aaliyah Boston delivered a short, powerful response. Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. She made it clear their only focus was securing the win, not not engaging with distractions or unnecessary drama. Boston's mature and straightforward reply underscored the team's championship-level mentality, focusing solely on their goals and performance rather than emotional side stories. The Fever's reaction revealed exactly why they're thriving. They're unified, disciplined, and driven by something bigger than individual narratives. In the end, this wasn't just a game. It was a full-circle moment fueled by karma, chemistry, and clarity. DeWanna Bonner returned to Indianapolis expecting to show the Fever what they were missing, but instead, she was met with boos, shut down on the court, and outshined by the very players who replaced her. Meanwhile, Indiana proved they're no longer just riding the wave of Caitlin Clark's stardom. They're a deep, hungry team built to win together. From Ari McDonald's breakout performance to Aaliyah Boston's dominant fourth-quarter takeover, the Fever showed they don't need anyone who isn't all in. This was about more than just beating Phoenix. It was about reclaiming pride, proving doubters wrong, and showing the basketball world what real team culture looks like. And for Bonner, it was a harsh reminder that when you quit on a team, you don't just walk away, you leave a fire behind that just might burn brighter without you. Sometimes, karma doesn't wait. Sometimes, it shows up courtside in front of thousands and makes sure everyone sees it.